Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I created this Brutalism poster of Nigerian musician called Lágbájá. Alright, and as usual, all the assets I used for this design are going to be linked in the description box below. Do well to download them and design along with me. Before we get started, I'd like you to like this video, smash that like button, drop a comment, tell me what video you'd like me to make next. Share this video to a friend you think would like it, and of course subscribe to this channel so you'll be the first to be notified when I drop a new video. Without talking so much, let's get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new file, and then I'm going to set my presets for my file. So I'm going to leave it at 1080 pixels for the width and then 1350 for the height. I'll leave my resolution at 72 and pixel per inch. The rest of my settings are going to be like this. You can just copy me and click on create. Now once you're in here, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the background to a solid color black. But I'm not going to use pure black. I'm going to use 121212 so that you can see the hex code 121212. Right, then I'm going to press D on my keyboard, and that is going to change my foreground and background color to black and white. But now this black, I'm going to select this 121212 and click on OK. I'll delete this first layer. Alright, so that is my background. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start setting up my coordinates, my guides. Right, so I'll come to this ruler. If your ruler is not showing, press R on your keyboard, and the arrow is going to either show your ruler or remove it. Sorry, press Ctrl R, not R. Ctrl R will either show your ruler or remove it. Now left click and drag on the ruler, and this is going to come out, and then you can just let go of it and it's going to drop there. Once you have that, right click on it, click on edit selected guides, right click on this px, change it to percent. Right, select everything and change it to 9%. Right click on OK. Once you have that 9%, select the square, select the rectangle tool and draw a square. You know how to draw a square. Left click and drag while holding shift to draw a square. Then you're going to make sure that square is visible, so I'm going to change the color of the square to white. Alright, I'll make sure the square is visible, make sure there's no stroke. Alright, now come to the top. All that square is selected, come to the top and position the square at the top left. Right, position it at the top left, then press Ctrl T. Right, I'm going to zoom in a bit and then I'm going to shrink it. Okay, I want it to align on the guide, right? So I'll zoom in to make sure that I get it. I'll press enter. Alright, and I'll zoom out. Then that rectangle, I'm going to duplicate it by pressing Ctrl J and I'll put it at the bottom right. Now while it is selected, I'm going to bring out more guides. So left click and drag and use that rectangle as a guide. Alright. So you can see what we have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to group the rectangles and I'll call that group guides. Yeah, I'll call it guides. Alright, so you can see what we have. So now I'm going to hide the guides, and you can see that we now have this coordinates, but it does not end there. I'm actually going to do some more coordinates. So I'm going to bring in 2 more for the vertical section. Bring in 2. Alright, this one I'll right click on it and change it to percent. I'm just going to use 38% here. And for this one, I'll right click on it and I'm going to use 77% for this one. Alright, so you can just copy exactly what I'm doing to get the same results, or better yet, I'm actually going to link the actual poster. I'm going to add it to the asset, so you can just bring it in and use it to like get your guides, right? Now for the horizontal section, uh I believe it's going to be, I'll bring this in and I'll call it 20%. I'll leave it at 17, and I'll bring in the last one, 22%, and I'll leave it at 44. Alright, so what we have here right now, this is our guide coordinate that's going to guide us. So I'm going to select my rectangle tool. I'm going to start drawing rectangles, and I'm going to use the guide to make sure that what I'm getting is accurate. So you can see where I am drawing this rectangle, you can see the guides that I'm following for this particular rectangle. Once that is done, I'm going to draw another rectangle. You can see how I'm following the guides. That is done. I'll draw another one as well. Another one. Let's take it up a bit. Alright. So I'm going to select all three rectangles, and I'll select this one. I'll select this, distribute vertically. Yeah, so you can see what we have so far. Now for each rectangle, I'm going to double click on this rectangle. I'm going to go to stroke, and I'll make sure that my size is 2, and the position of the stroke is inside, the blend mode of the stroke is dissolve, and the opacity of the stroke is 95%, and the color is white. So I'll click on OK. Once that is done, I'm just going to hold Alt and drag that effect to other rectangles. Alright, it's as simple as that. So you're not really going to see the effect of that, but eventually you're going to understand. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this text. Alright, so I already wrote it and I saved it as a PNG file so that it won't waste our time. But the font I use is called Galano Grotesque, in case you're wondering. Alright, so I'm just going to leave that there. Right, so I just place the text in, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'll select my text tool. I'll right click on text tool and select the vertical type tool. I'll come here and left click, and I'm going to write Lágbájá. Okay, so I'm actually going to come and copy the Lágbájá text. So I have it written in here. The reason I want to copy it is because it has some I don't know what to call it, some symbols on it. It's not just written plainly. So yeah, that's why I'm copying it. Okay, so you can see what I'm saying. Look at the A, look at this symbol on top of the A's, right? That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so now that Lágbájá is written, press Ctrl T to transform it, and we're going to extend it. Okay, so we're going to make sure that this L goes to the top where this guy is starting. Okay, I think it's okay right there. Now I'll take it down, we'll zoom down, and then we'll extend this A as well. Actually A, yeah. Okay, all right. Okay, so you can see what we have here. This is our layout. Basically, this is the structure of this poster. So now that we have this, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start importing my images, right? So I'm going to check what rectangle this is, and then I'll bring in the appropriate image for that. For that rectangle is going to be this trumpet. Right, I'm just going to position it somewhere like here. and I'll clip it into the shape. Okay, for this rectangle, okay, is the one at the top. I'll bring in this image, drag it in, I'll extend it. Alright, and then I'm going to clip it. So I'm just going to zoom in to make sure that I position it the way I want. Alright, this is a picture of Lágbájá. I think it's okay like this. Alright, then finally the last rectangle, I'm going to bring him in. Right, so I'll extend it like this, just the way I want. Okay, now I'm actually going to take those two up, take it to the top, right? Then I'm going to clip this in here. I'll clip it in. While it is clipped, yes, as it is clipped now, this one, while it's clipped, I'll select it and I'll select the subject. I'll select subject and it's going to make a selection of that subject. If you're not using Photoshop 2024 and above, you can just go and use any selection tool. Once that selection is made, I'll press Ctrl J. It will duplicate my selection, and you can see what I have. It now has that effect of him being on top of this stuff, right? Alright, so once we have that, we have actually completed the composition. So the next thing is to apply the brutalism effect, which is the threshold effect. Alright, so I'm going to come here to this image. If you can see, this is the image at the very top. So I'll select it. I'll come down here to my adjustment layer and select threshold. Once threshold is selected, I'll clip it to that particular image. I'll select both images, right click and convert them to smart object. Double click on the smart object, it will open up. Select the image, go to filter, go to noise and go to add noise. I'm going to add noise of 43. I'll press Ctrl S to save. I'll press X, and when I go back I have that effect. So I'll select the other image, I'll do the exact same thing, repeat the process. I'm going to select threshold effects, clip it, select both, right click and convert them to smart objects. Double click on the smart objects, select the image, go to view, go to filter, add noise, click OK, Ctrl S to save, go back. Then finally the last image, do the same thing, add the threshold, clip it, convert to smart object, add noise, save and go back. And then the last, right? Save and go back. Alright, so I've successfully done the brutalism effects. So I'm going to bring in my textures. So this texture one, I'll bring it in. For texture one, I'm just going to scale it up. Alright, I'll go to my blend mode. I'll use lighter color. You can see that effect we have. I'm going to reduce the opacity. So about 53 is okay. I'll go and bring in the second texture. I'll scale it up. I'll use screen for this one. I'll reduce the opacity to 50. Alright, Then I'm now going to do what is known as a gradient map. Go to your adjustment layer, adjustment panel, select gradient map, select the gradient itself, and I have my gradient saved here already. This is my gradient. So on this green side, this is the hex code, and on the black side, this is the hex code. So you can get the exact gradient that I have here. Alright, so this is my gradient. Now that I have my gradient map, I'm going to press Ctrl Shift Alt E to create a snapshot of all the layer. Alright, click and convert that layer to a smart object. And then I'm going to go to filter. I'm going to go to camera raw filter. Here in camera raw filter is where I'm going to do my final editing. So if you've been watching my other videos, I keep on saying the same thing. There is no formula here. I just do whatever looks nice, and whatever does not look nice, I reverse it. Right, so you can actually just follow my settings if you want to get the exact same results that I am going to get. Okay, or increase texture. I increase texture a lot in Brutalism posters. Alright, reduce vignettes, increase grain a bit, increase the sharpening, and I'll click on OK. And with that, that is how I created this Brutalism poster of Lágbájá. Thank you so much for watching to the end. If you did, I hope you learned something new. I hope you've advanced your design career in some way. Alright, thank you so much. Do well to like the video if you learned anything new. Tell me what you learned, tell me what video you'd like me to make next. Share this video, and of course subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any more amazing content. Thank you. Godspeed.